Simba, Hydrox, and Boo, the Lucky Ferals. It's about 7 a.m. and this morning the cats are getting brushed. Stella already got brushed. Right here, Boo. Come here. Lay down on this thing. So Stella laid down on this blanket and she let me brush her. Is Boo gonna do the same thing? Simba says he wants to be brushed also. So I feel like Simba and Boo are starting to become buddies because there's been a few instances like today, yesterday, where they've come like face to face, and in the past it would have ended up like with a swatting match, but it didn't. They just like looked at each other and stayed calm, which was great. So I'm hoping that continues. Because like if, let's say Boo startled Simba, for example, Simba might, automatically react and start to defend himself. Then they end up in a swatting fight. Or vice versa, maybe Simba startled Boo. But that happened a few times. Like it happened once today, it happened once yesterday, or maybe twice yesterday. And they didn't fight. And look, right now they're hanging out. And the other day, both of them were laying on the bed together. Like not next to each other, but just on the bed together. So it would be really nice if they became friends. I mean, like, buddies. Not just friends, but like buddies. I think all the cats are friends. All the cats are friends with each other. Obviously, they're all family with each other. But it would be nice if Boo had a buddy. If Simba was Boo's buddy. It's 5:07 p.m. I just filled up the automatic feeder outside with dry food for Hydrox and the other cats. Here's Boo. And here's Hydrox. I don't know where Hydrox was. I looked for him on the patio chair, but I did not see him. Then when I came inside, he came to the back step, and it looked like he just woke up. So I don't know where he's been sleeping. I don't know if he's been sleeping in one of the shelters or what. But I'm going to go outside and give him some fresh water. It's about 6:30 p.m., maybe a little bit later. And I just gave Hydrox 3 scoops of homemade raw food with some warmed up chicken broth mixed in and some anti-parasite herbs. And hopefully he'll eat it. And, because the raw food doesn't have much of an odor to it, I had to kind of direct him to it. So like I put it down on the patio and he didn't realize it was there. But he was looking at the other food bowls that just have water in them. And I was like, no, Hydrox, this one. I had to kind of shake it around on the ground, like slide it around. And, tell him that the food was in it. The camera battery just died, so what I was saying was that I had to kind of make some noise around this bowl and drag it around on the ground to get his attention before he went over to it to eat it. And there was a lot of food in it, so he did good. I added way too much liquid to it. I added way too much chicken broth, and it was very, very soupy, so it looks like he just left a little bit on the bottom. He just came back to it, so he'll probably finish everything in the bowl. Ditto just showed up, so I'm gonna have to open up a can of food for Ditto. He's looking for food. Yep, look at that. Hydrox is licking that bowl clean. The reason why I put it in a plastic bowl was because it was so soupy. There's no way it would have, been good on a paper plate. It's 6:57 p.m. and I just gave Ditto a plate of food. I gave him a 3-ounce can of food. And as I was coming outside with a plate of food, Ditto was rolling around on his back. And then when I went to put the food like where it is now, he didn't totally run away. I mean, he stayed only like a few feet away from me, which is amazing. And he reminded me of Boo. Something about his face reminds me more of Boo. So I honestly think Ditto is somehow related to Boo. I don't know if Ditto is an offspring of Boo or like a sibling. But what we're just going to do is we're going to call him Cousin Ditto. So this is now Cousin Ditto. Right, Ditto? Because you're a cousin, right, Ditto? And Hydrox, he says he wants more food. But he might just want attention, but I'm going to give him some more food. You want food? Hydrox, you just had a giant bowl of food. A giant bowl of food. I just gave Hydrox a little bit of canned food. It was probably, I don't know, like 1 or 2 ounces that was left in a Trader Joe's can of food. I mixed in some more of the warm broth for him. And it was weird. As I was giving it to him, he was walking toward it. And then, like, he went straight to it. And that was within petting reach. So I reached my hand out for him. And if I was fast, if I didn't do it slow, I would have been able to pet him. I just, I don't want to be slashed. And that's what feral cats do, They don't smell your hand, they slash it. So when he saw that my hand was a few inches away from him, then thankfully he didn't slash it. He just kind of moved real fast to the other side of the plate. So what could end up happening is that he and Ditto end up kind of competing for food and attention. I don't think they're going to fight each other. It doesn't look like the two of them are going to fight each other. And I'm sorry that Hydrox is on the other side of this planter. I just feel like they might be, Hydrox might see Ditto being nicer to me, and Hydrox might loosen up a bit. It's possible that could happen. I'm absolutely amazed at how friendly Ditto was to me today, considering how, all I need to do is open the back door a little while ago and he would just take off running. There he is again, look. Maybe he wants more food too. I'll have to open another can. Yeah, he's looking for more food. I'll go give him some more food. I don't want any fights. So here's Ditto. There's Hydrox. And here's Boo. Boo's very interested in the cats. Oh, Ditto's stretching right now. Uh-oh, is Ditto gonna walk over to Hydrox? Hopefully not. Hydrox has his back to Ditto. Okay, Ditto's walking. Oh no, what's Ditto doing? So there's Hydrox. There's Ditto. I want to get him some more food, but I feel like I can't turn my back, because if I do, then something might happen. But I think it's a good sign that Hydrox has his back to Ditto. Now, honestly, Ditto could be an offspring of Hydrox. It would make total sense. They pretty much have identical markings, just mirror images of each other. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Hydrox is an older cat. I don't know how old. I know he's at least 7 or 8 minimum. And Ditto looks to be about, 2, 3, or 4. Okay, I'm gonna go get more food for Ditto. I'm coming outside with some chicken. Want some chicken? Ditto, you want some food? Okay, so Ditto left a whole bunch of food on his plate, but I'm gonna put some chicken on it just in case. What do you want? Hydrox, you want more food? You want more food? You just had so much food. How much you gonna eat? So Ditto went back to the plate, and he or she is now eating the chicken that I put on it. So I gave Ditto a can of, I think it was some kind of fussy cat or something. I don't even know. I didn't think the cats would like it, so I figured I might as well give it to Ditto. And looks like Ditto did not really like it that much either. And the camera's super zoomed in, so if it looks shaky, that's why. I gave Hydrox some of the chicken. Look how close I am. I have no zoom on this camera. No zoom at all. Eat your food, Hydrox. Look, no zoom. No zoom. Okay, Boo, you're gonna eat next. You're gonna eat next, okay? For dinner today, the cats are having Tiki Cat sardine cutlets. This is probably their favorite canned food. They usually only get this on holidays, but there hasn't been a holiday in quite a while. So they're going to get this tonight. And the other reason why they're getting this tonight is because I am going away on an overnight trip tomorrow. I cannot cancel the trip at all. So I am trying to really kind of keep them relaxed and kind of butter them up so they all behave well and Boo does not have kind of a stress-induced litter box incident. The cats are all eating their dinner. For some reason, Splash did not want to eat on the platter. That's fine. I gave him his food about a foot away. And they should like it. The last time they had these sardines, they loved them. But you know how cats are. Sometimes they like it, and then all of a sudden they don't like it anymore. So we'll see how they do. This is one can split 4 ways. I think it's a 5.5 ounce can, might be a 6 ounce can. But it's just one can. I did add water. I mixed water in. And there's still plenty of chunks in this food. And yeah, we'll see how they do. So I have already started to get ready for my trip. And it's not a long trip. I'm not going very far away. But I do have a checklist of things that need to be taken care of before I leave. And what I'm doing is I'm making sure I set aside plenty of time to do everything in a relaxed manner so that I don't inadvertently stress any of the cats out, especially Boo. So, for example, I have their automatic feeders all cleaned out. All I need to do is program them and put food in them, and that's pretty much the only thing that's left. I also have to take out the garbage, and tomorrow I will scoop the litter and make sure they have fresh water. And then tomorrow I will also put raw food in their feeders. So tomorrow I will only have 3 things to do, is to put raw food in their feeders. Tonight, I'm going to put the dry food in the freeze-dried food because that'll stay okay. I just don't put any raw food in there until like the last minute. And then tomorrow morning, I'll scoop the litter so they'll have fresh litter. I already refilled litter, like I topped it up with some clean litter. I do that once a week. I'll put additional clean litter in the boxes. And then like once a month, I make sure that they're thoroughly scrubbed out and everything. Other than that, everything should be good to go. I want to see if I can get myself packed tonight also, so that way I don't have to do that. And yeah, once again, I'm just trying to do everything as relaxed as I can versus doing it at my normal speed, which might, kind of stress a cat out. Not that I'm like doing it too fast or anything, but I do like to be efficient with things. Okay, so I think it's almost 10:30 and the cats are each going to get half of a squeeze up and then some crunchies, and they're each getting about 5 drops of the CBD oil. You guys ready? Boo says he's ready. It's 7:38 a.m. and I set the automatic feeders to go off at 8 a.m. today. So that means they're about 20 minutes off as far as the time goes. And when I originally set up these feeders, the time was correct on them. So somehow over the past year or two that I've been using them, the time has somehow shifted. So I gave the cats each a few crunchies this morning, and I just heard the feeder go off, and I heard two cats jump down to get the food, but Boo got it, and Boo's here. And it's Boo's feeder, so they kind of know that. Cats are smart. They know like which is theirs and which isn't theirs. And here's Stella. She's watching Boo. So that's good. So when I set the feeders up yesterday, I make sure that they're rotating properly. But this is another thing that I do. I give them just a few crunchies for breakfast. That way, if the crunchies are dispensed properly, I also know that the feeders are working fine. So now what I'll do in a little while is I'll put their frozen raw food in their dinner compartment, and then the feeders will be completely set. And what I've started to do here this morning is put out toys and blankets that they normally don't have. So I just put out these 4 cat blankets. Two of them are crinkly, 2 of them aren't. But this will, give them something new to explore, to lay on, to play with. I'm also going to take out a few toys that they haven't had in a while, and hopefully that'll keep their attention. It's 7:48 a.m. I just looked downstairs. And I'm like, what's going on? Boo's hanging out, Splash is hanging out, Stella's hanging out. I already had a conversation with all of the cats telling them that they need to get along, that they need to be nice to each other. And I just realized that the reason Boo's down there is because of the feeders. He's so smart. So the feeders went off, so he figures, oh, let me go downstairs and see if there's any food in the other feeders. And that's why he's hanging out there. I'm just about to feed the cats their breakfast, and I was experimenting with something new. So if you pet a cat with your left hand, your left hand brings energy into your body. And if you pet a cat with your right hand sends your energy to the cat. So when you pet a cat with your left hand sends the energy of the cat to your body. And when you pet a cat with your right hand sends your energy to the cat. So when I was petting Splash for the past few mornings, what I've been trying to do is send him calming anti-anxiety energy through my right hand. This morning I said, let me see what happens when I pet the cats with my left hand. So I pet Stella, and she was calm. She was just Stella. And I pet Simba, and then all of a sudden I felt like he was worried about something. So I was like, it's okay, Simba, there's no reason to be worried. And then I pet Boo, and all of a sudden I felt like he was angry about something. So I tried to work through some of that anger with him, and I continued to pet him very gently. And he's really mad at Stella. Boo is really mad at Stella because Stella left him. So he was living outside, with the other cats, and then Stella left him when Stella and Simba came inside. They were the first 2 to come inside, and then like a day or 2 later, Splash came inside. Well, they all abandoned Boo, and Boo was the only one out there, and he's really mad about that. He still holds anger about that. Now, we have to remember that Stella still holds anger towards Boo because when they were living outside and when she had the kittens, then Boo left her and he went to live in the woods. Before the kittens came along, Boo and Stella were like best buddies. I always saw them together. But then Stella had the kittens and she had to take care of the kittens and she couldn't go off with Boo like she used to do. So Boo hung around Stella for a while when the kittens were really small. Sometimes when Stella was in the yard, I would say, where are your kittens? I would look under the fence and I would see Boo with the kittens. So Boo was kind of like a family man in the beginning. He was like the babysitter. But once the kittens started like walking around and stuff, then Boo said, well, I'm just going to go back to the woods. If you're not going to go with me, I'm just going to go. So he left Stella and the kittens. Now, he did come back often because he came back to eat with them. He came back to play with them. But he wasn't with them all the time. They weren't a cohesive family unit. Boo was like off doing whatever Boo wanted to do. So that's why Stella's mad at Boo, because he did that. And we just found out that Boo's mad at Stella because she left him outside by himself. Like, she decided to pack it up, her and the kids, and move inside. So yeah, the two of them really need to work on their relationships. And that could be what has been triggering Boo's litter box behavior. The past 2 times I've been trying to go away, he's having like anxiety. It could be from his separation from Stella and the boys, because maybe he feels like, you know, they're leaving him again and he doesn't want to be left alone. So this is going to be a big experiment. Today and tomorrow it's going to be a very big experiment. It'll be the first extended overnight trip that the cats are all going to be together, and we're going to see what happens. Hopefully there won't be a really bad fight or anything. I will be checking in on them. I made sure all the security cameras are charged and in strategic locations. And yeah, so I'm going to give them breakfast now. The cats are getting homemade raw food for breakfast with chicken broth mixed in. They're getting a few little crunchies on top, and they're each getting a squeeze up. One squeeze up split 4 ways, and Boo's getting 2 drops of kidney herbs. The other cats are each getting 1 drop of kidney herbs. The normal dosage for the herbs I use is like 1 drop per 5 to 7 pounds of body weight. So I'm only giving them like way less than they would normally get. And hopefully they'll all eat their food. I have no idea what happened, but Splash and Simba just went running up the stairs. So it looks like they ate and ran. Maybe they're afraid I'm going to shut the door and keep them down here. But they both ate most of their food. I'll scrape their plates and Stella will probably finish it. Maybe I'll just leave the plates here. They could come back and whoever wants it can eat it. Stella's looking at Simba's plate right now. It's 8:46 a.m. and Boo is finishing his food, and Stella is just sitting there waiting to see if there's anything left over. And look how pretty Stella is. Look at Stella's fur. It looks like she has a cape on. It looks like she has a hat and cape on. She looks so royal. Here's Hydrox. I gave him 3 scoops of homemade raw food with chicken broth mixed in, and also anti-parasite herbs. That is what he's having for breakfast. And then here is another plate of cooked chicken. So I'm just putting whatever food I have for him out now, and later and tomorrow he's gonna have to eat out of the feeder or, you know, hunt for food. He's fully capable of hunting for food, or doing something else. Look what I just noticed. Okay, so it looks like, I don't know if Hydrox was laying under this bush or something, but it looks like an animal just dug out an area under this bush to rest. Look, I mean, do you see the mulch? All the mulch has been dug out, and there's a spot under there. I wonder if Hydrox was laying under there. I don't think he was, because, I mean, look how nice his fur looks. If he was laying under that bush, then he would have like a lot more debris on his fur. Huh. I might need to get a few more security cameras to make sure I don't miss things like this. It's 9:03 a.m. and I'm supposed to be out of here at 9, so I need to hurry up and just finish everything. I took out some toys for the cats to play with. So Boo has this avocado with a feather head. It's an electronic toy, but I'm not turning it on, but he's already been playing with it. He brought it over to the scratch and roll. I took out a zebra. That's his favorite toy. And Stella has her feather boa. She has her gold mouse. I took out another mackerel. There is another ice cream cone. And Simba has his gingerbread mouse. You like your mouse, right, Simba? I told Simba not to be worried. So it ends up Simba's worried that Boo might attack him while I'm not here. And there will be no one to break up the fight. But I told him that Stella will break up the fight. Stella's not going to allow anything bad to happen, right? Okay, guys, so I want everyone to be on their best behavior while I'm away. I'm going on an overnight trip, and I'll be back tomorrow, maybe in the afternoon, maybe tomorrow evening. That's right, Boo. tomorrow. So you're going to eat your meals out of the automatic feeders, and you're going to be nice to each other. There's plenty of room in this house that you don't have to be near each other. Boo, you can hang out in the bedroom. Stella, you can hang out in the dining room. You like it there. Simba, you can hang out in the living room. And Splash can hang out in Boo's room or downstairs. There's more than enough room that these cats do not have to be in the same room with each other. So I want everyone to get along. There are no excuses for cats not to get along. Everyone needs to be nice to each other. Okay? I expect everyone to be on your best behavior. If you guys behave, if I come back and everyone has behaved well, then you're going to get meaty sticks and you're going to get treats, okay? You're going to get special treats when I come back if everyone behaves well while I'm away, okay? So I expect everyone to be on good behavior. Simba, don't roll your eyes at me. I see you rolling your eyes at me. Everything's going to be fine. Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.